Hey everybody, how are you doing? Before we get started, let me like linger on for a little while. I think I'm just a little bit early, maybe a few seconds. So I'm gonna linger just a little bit. But before we get started, you know how I like to get started, so let's do that real quick. All right, and so I need you to do this with me for a few seconds. Think about pleasant things. Think about good. Think about the things that make you smile, the things that make you laugh, the things that make you feel good. Think about whatever makes your cheeks hurt because you smile so much. Whatever made you laugh so hard that you bawled over. And whatever made you feel so good, you felt like you were on a cloud. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. All right. All right. How y'all doing? This is Nimbus Intuition. I'm here once again and trying to get back into the groove of things. And so it's tea time, y'all. And so here I am. And so I'm just going to hang out with y'all for a while. We're going to talk a little something. If y'all have something to add, go ahead and, see what we're talking about, and we can maybe talk about it and go from there. So a few things that's been on my mind this week. So y'all check out the videos. I'm gonna do some videos. There's a few things been on my mind. Y'all know the next Wakanda movie is coming out. Is it next week? It's soon, right? So I'm excited about that. I think that's a real good movie, and I'm looking forward to the second one. And so I hope they have an early release. I will go and check it out. So, but yeah, I was thinking about that. And so that's coming up. And of course, y'all know in a couple of days we got, November. Y'all know what that's about. But I'll get to that as that comes, The no fat people, the celibate people, y'all be talking to y'all. Everybody into holidays and stuff. I see people are trick-or-treating today. And so Halloween's tomorrow. And so that's going on. And just a bunch of stuff. Like I said, look out for videos. I'm not going to talk about it right now on this tea time. I was thinking about being woke because y'all know I started these videos. I came on here talking about, awakening somewhat, but I kind of got away from it, but not really, because I talk about love so much and being aware, being awakened and everything. So I want to touch on that today. Are you woke? Do you feel that you are aware? And I don't know if there's any confusion about that. So many people talk about it. So many people are communicating about it and doing videos. And I see some commercials that are funny and hilarious about being woke and stuff like that. I think that's funny. But and so this is something like commonplace now, being aware, being woke. And I was thinking about that because I think it's beautiful that there's not really a way, like, how in different groups, different cultures, different countries, we got all these kind of things that separate us. But when it comes to being woke, there is no separation, because it's a thing that you cannot place on somebody else. It's a shared experience, but it's a personal experience. So nobody can tell you that you're woke. It's something that you have to know within yourself, whether you are or not, whether you are aware or not. It's something that you yourself experience, that you cannot go and you can't go down the street and go to an event and then call yourself woke after the event. It's something that you have to, it's beyond us. So, and I think that's what's up. because nobody can kind of say, where's your woke card, right? Right? And I was thinking about that. And so, are you woke? Do you consider yourself more aware than you have been in previous times, previous years? Um, and it's different from just maturing and growing and becoming, into manhood, into womanhood. It's a spiritual awareness, and it makes you see things. Well, let me get to that, because I came up with this list of ways that you can know whether or not, or give you some indications whether you have been waking up. Now, being woke is not a final destination, because no one, this world is so vast. There's so many things about how this creation that God has made is, that I don't think anybody can get to a final destination as far as being woke is concerned. We're continuously waking up more and more. It's like, if you literally think about waking up out of sleep, you know, it's kind of in one lifetime to be completely alert, like awoke completely, is not really something that I don't think anybody can do, because there's so much to this creation that is us. And so, are you woke? And so, what I came up with was, like I said, ways to give you some indications whether you've been waking up. And I'll go into them as I talk about them. Right? Okay. All right. So, if you feel like you're seeing things on a deeper level, you may be waking up. Like, no more are the things that, just things are not just black and white. It's deeper than that. And if you're seeing things on a deeper level, you may be becoming more aware. That is like, you always went to, through your regular routine, and it was nothing to you because that was your routine. And then you find yourself feeling like you want a deeper meaning with the things that you do and how you spend this, your days and your nights, and you're looking for like a deeper meaning in things instead of just going along just to get along. And so that might be one indication that you're becoming more aware. You're looking for the deeper meaning in things. And it can go into every area of your life. Like I said, your routines, your relationships, your family life, life in general, just all areas of your life. You want something to kind of grasp you and touch you in a way that before that wasn't of interest to you, or before it was like you were on autopilot. Now that it's different, and it's something that is on the forefront of your mind about what's beyond just the surface. And so that might be one indication that you're becoming more aware. All right. Let me see. Another one. And this is one that I think relates to just about everybody that I've come across that have been, becoming aware, waking up. It starts touching everything. Like, there is nothing that you don't question. Like, to me, it's funny to see it in kids, because kids already are very inquisitive. They ask a lot of questions. They ask those questions that, some adults don't ask until, they're a little bit, intoxicated in some kind of way, And so you question everything. So why is it going on? And why is that going on? And what's the reason for this? And what's the reason for that? and you want answers. And so, but you're questioning everything. Like, what is it that brought us? It's beyond like, why is the sky blue? It's just everything. Everything that you could name, everything that you could come across. You're looking for the meaning. I think this is where we get those angel numbers that come up and stuff, because as we're questioning, I think that's when a lot of us may see these angel numbers that come up and pop up like everywhere. You mind your business, you're going through, what you doing, and you got all these questions, and then you'll see an angel number on a receipt, or you pass by somebody's phone and you see, the angel number there, or it's a random place you may look up and it's just in your face because it's a part of a dress that you happen to come across. And there's so many different ways, and I think that's how God speaks to us. Our higher power speaks to us about the questions that we have. I think it's confirmation that we are waking up, because it's kind of helping us kind of get to the point where some of those questions that we have, they're giving us kind of signs and symbols, and that's something that you may get into as you wake up. And so you question just about everything. You want to know the meanings to your dreams. You want to know the meanings to all these angel numbers you're seeing. You don't think anything is random. Well, a lot of people may not think things are random, that things are happening for reasons, and just questioning everything. And so, and I think another significant thing about this part is, just because somebody says something to you that kind of want to take everything that's said to you, you want to question it. Like things that come up on the news, things that you may read about, things that you hear, or whatever, you want to question it. Like, is this real? Is this what is this that's coming before me? What is this that this person is saying? What is this that I'm hearing? And you question it. And so that's another indication that you're becoming aware, that you waking up, that you question everything. All right. Yeah. And I touched on this in the last one. Another indication that you're waking up, that you're becoming aware, is you begin to see through the BS. Things are different. The way you go about start being different. And like I said, you start questioning everything, and you start seeing through the BS. It's not something that, it's something internal. Is the intuition, is the, what you're getting from, I think spirit, that you start seeing through the BS. Those subliminal messages that you didn't get before, they start becoming very apparent. And so now you can see it. And so that's, I think, a real key as far as when people start becoming aware, because you start seeing through the bull. You start seeing those, especially the subliminals. You start seeing those, what? Before, like, wow. Sometimes it's like, wow, right? And so, and this is also everyday life. Some things that you might have seen in shows that you've watched, or some things that you've read, and some, just everyday type stuff. You just start seeing through it, and it's I think that's something that's shared amongst people who are waking up. You just start seeing through it. I think it allows us not to be drones, because when you're not aware, you sleep. You one of the sheeps, and what sheeps do is, they follow along, and And so as we start waking up, you kind of get out of sheep mode, you know, and with the questioning and the things that come to you as far as seeing through stuff, you know, and I think it's a lot to do with our third eye opening as well, because we start accessing those third eye abilities that help us see through the world. And so, yeah, that's another indication that you may be becoming more aware. All right. All right. And another indication that you may be waking up, becoming more aware, more woke than before, is you kind of work from your higher self. And it's not even something that you got to know what your higher self is, lower self is in particular, because this journey that we on, some of it is stuff that we learn about what's going on because all of these things are happening. We kind of, you know, get into mode where we're learning about what's going on with your higher self. You know, those things from your heart, your third eye, from your crown, your higher self, those not the lower base self. And so, you know, you find yourself not I mean it's a journey. And so you will still have we have a whole journey in front of us. So it's not like you have you out of your lower self completely, but you work more of your higher self. So um it's a balance, right? And so you're working in the balanced area, I think, when you are more aware than being on when you weren't aware. And so folks who can feel me. I know it, to folks who may not, but you work on your, you know, from spirit, your intuition, from, you know, another place that allows you to kind of, you know, be like move in a different manner a little bit. A lot for some, you know, you're moving differently, and you realize it. You can notice it. It's you know, it can be very significant for some, especially if before you became aware you weren't working in your higher self, and you know, you let those lower emotions take over, like, you know, and that's what you work from. Then you know, you notice that that's not happening, you know, and it maybe rising to you as it goes on, because like you know yourself, right? And so that's one indication that you may be becoming more aware, or as we say, right? And so that's a good thing, you know. And then and it's interesting because when I think about my own experience, you know, and I learned about the chakras and everything, and you know, it's stuff that we internally know, but then you know, you put the information together with what you internally get. It's like, okay, and it's like, okay, and you kind of get all of that put together. And so, um, yeah, the chakras and everything else. And it's interesting as you learn about your energy centers, and those lower emotions, usually your root, your sacral chakra, those are the main two that we usually work out of before we are aware. And so it's just interesting because there's so much to it. But I was saying that when I was learning like what these things were that I was going through, it was like, wow. And it was like, okay, you know, and it's that kind of thing where as you figure out what it is that all of this that you've been going through, all of these things that have been happening, it's like, Okay, all right, I get it. And and so these are things that happen when you become aware. Um, let me see. Okay, and so this one I think was also shared and kind of forms when you want another indicator that you are waking up is that you have this thirst for knowledge, because you know that things are different for you. You know that things are happening and you got this thirst, like you want to know like what is going on. And so you have this thirst for knowledge. You want to know. You want to speak with people who've been there and done that. You want to speak to people who know what you're going through. You want to read, you want to listen, you want to just get whatever information you can about, all of the things that, you know, have come to light to you that you weren't even thinking about before. Some of us weren't even thinking about before. But now, as you're becoming aware, you got this thirst for knowledge. You want to know. It is it's something that is a regular thing. Like, I want to know. I want to know. I want to know about what this is. What does that mean? And all everything. So the chakras, that's like the basics, and the auras, and the higher powers, and how everything, what it means, and what all of this is. And it's amazing to me how it's something that's internal, because it happens whether or not you have the written information about it. It's internal. And so it's something that comes outwardly from you. And when you get the information, the physical information, it all makes sense, because this is a shared journey. This is a journey that we all go through and have been going through. God made us in this beautiful creation, and so it's something that we all share. But we go through at different times, and so it's amazing. And so your thirst for knowledge is like, oh my goodness, I gotta know. I gotta know. You might be listening to YouTube and come across people who talk to and speak to what you're trying to learn about. You might be listening to podcasts. You might be reading books. You may be going to, different things around you that speak to what it is that you are trying to get that information about. Like, and you'll resonate with different people. And so it's a lot of people out here who's talking about it. But you'll resonate with certain people, and those are the people that you will, listen to for information, and you can go deeper than that, because this is something that is part of our creation. So, yeah, but that knowledge is something, right? And so that's another indication. Um, okay, and then another indication that you may be becoming aware is that you seek to connect with your higher powers. It's unlike when you pray and when you were in church before, because most of us were in church and everything, and had a prayer life already. But when you're waking up, you want to connect with your higher powers. So you may start meditating. You may start doing those natural substances that help it along. You may get into those things that tap into those powers within us. And some of you are interested in doing it that way or whatever. And so some of us, um, you know, because what those things do, and I'm talking about like weed and mushrooms and it's a lot of different things, but ayahuasca and those kind of things. And so, but what those things have been known to do is kind of open us up, so we release and allow. And so as far as spirituality is concerned. So some of us, we're trying to connect with higher powers. If you're into astrology, you may be more interested than ever in that aspect. You want to know about numerology. You want to know about astrology. You want to know about all of those things that who you are. Um, it's kind of goes into the questioning because you want to know, you want to question, you want to get that knowledge. So it all goes together, and so you're seeking to connect with your higher powers. Meditation is one of those things that we know that we connect with our higher powers the most, and so you may start meditating more, and so and seek people who are doing certain meditations. You may meditate by yourself, but you know, we are seeking to that connection because it is something that again is internal. And so this is something between you and God, you and your higher powers that and I think it's amazing because that is something so personal, but it's also such a shared experience that it's amazing. But yes, we see our higher powers. And so that is one another indication. Yeah, you may be conflicted at this time as well because you may have been under a religious structure. And I'm not shading anybody who sticking with religion after waking up, but as you get to know things and you come into this awareness, religion seems confined, and so. Um, you may be conflicted about religion. And so that may be something that you may be going through as you become, more aware and you wake up. And so, but we are seeking higher power. We're seeking connection with God. We're seeking those things that are beyond our 3D. And so, and sometimes we see those things through the help of other things that will allow us to do that. And meditating, all the things that can happen through weed and was it mushrooms and ayahuasca, those things they say can be reached through meditation. And so, yeah. So, it's a toss up. Some people do it all, but we are all seeking that connection is what that's about is that seeking connection with our higher powers. All right. That's another indication you may be waking up, right? And yeah, I kind of touched on this before, but another indication is you see the world through new eyes. All right. Now, seeing through the bull is kind of different from seeing with new eyes because you have a new perspective. Okay, and so it's beyond just seeing through stuff. It's seeing life in a different way. You understand some things differently now. You realize. I mean, I'm putting it together with the BS. A lot of lies shed from your life because you can see through it, and so it changes your perspective on how you see the world, how you see life, how you see other people, how you see everything. And so you have this different perspective about life in your journey. And it's awesome because I think that's where we become more grateful. That's where we become more loving. And that's when we become better people, I think, in this awareness journey. When we can see through these new eyes and we can shed a lot of the things that divide us and the things that keep us separated. Because we can see the tactics, we can see the manipulation, we can see the things that cause I mean, it's just like I said, it's an awareness. You're aware that these things have been um, created for us to be divided. And so, this perspective that you have as you wake up is one that makes us better people. And eventually, as more people wake up, I think that it's just going to become a better world because we all going to share this better perspective about life and each other. And so, but you definitely see through different eyes, through new eyes as you become more aware. Definitely. And then I got a couple more, but um, yeah, that was my last one actually. Don't go too far into it, sometimes I can get to talking, as much as and I've been in a talkative mood today too. And so but I can get to talking. And that's another thing. You and I was speaking to this earlier this week. You kinda I say people who are more become more aware, you kind of want to talk about the things that you're interested in, this new way that you're looking at things, this new perspective that you're having, all these things that you're learning, wisdom that you haven't yet, consumed. You want to talk about all of those things. And so it becomes a situation where those folks who are not as aware kind of you know it's kind of tough because you want to talk about those things. You want to be around people who know where you come, how you see things, and that's what you want to be around. That's what you want to talk about. And so anything that's less than that is like kind of irritating sometimes to some of us who are becoming more aware. And so uh, yeah. And so those are the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. And I'm not going to make this too long. It just came on YouTube today. And so I wanted to kind of reach out. And, this is me getting back into the swing of things. And so I'll be coming to you, more. And you'll be seeing me. But yeah, I wanted to kind of put that in your ears. And you are free to comment anytime about what you're going through in your awakening experience. What is it that was an indicator for you that made you know that you may be waking up? All right. And on that note, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be really brief today, like I said. And I'll see y'all again. November is just about here, so y'all know it's on the way. All right, and so no surprise there. All right, y'all. All right, so this is Nimbus Intuition, and this is Tea Time. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. But I'm gonna go. See y'all again. Hope everybody out there is well, and just stay grateful, stay loving, and just keep being love. Like I've been saying that lately. I am love, and I'll continue to be love. I think that's a great affirmation. All right, y'all. So once again, I'll see y'all soon. And something I haven't done in a while. Let me leave y'all with a little bit of love. So let me give y'all some love on the way out of here. All right, y'all. Till next time. Love and gratitude.